All right, what's going on, everybody? Sports expert here, and yeah, we got a special video here. So I got some MLB free agency predictions to bring to you. So you already can see some. I already have some teams to players, but that's not it. I'm not sure if I'll do a part two to this, but here's some players I decided to put on my video. So yeah, some notable players. So here we go. JT Realmuto, arguably the number one free agent in this free agent class, this 2021 MLB COVID free agency class, I guess you could call it. Because with COVID, man, free agency is going to be very screwed up for a lot of free agents. They're not going to get the money they hope for. A lot of options are going to be declined. It's not gonna look too good. So, but we'll see how much these guys get paid. JT Realmuto, the Philadelphia Phillies catcher. Their number one priority this offseason will 100% try to lock up Realmuto, and I think they get that done. I think the Phillies are going to re-sign Realmuto. So, but we'll see. I think they re-sign him to like a 6-7 year deal. Realmuto, arguably the best catcher in baseball. You got to re-sign him long term. Realmuto pretty much emerged in like about 2017. When I was watching Realmuto, when I first heard about this guy in like 2016, I was like, who is this guy? Is this some kind of scrub? He is not a scrub. He is a superstar baseball player. JT Realmuto is awesome. The Phillies need to lock him up. A lot of people may call him the best free agent of the class, Trevor Bauer. All right, so Bauer, he's probably gonna win NL Cy Young along with Shane Bieber, who's gonna win AL Cy Young probably. So yeah, but would be a huge signing for any team. And the team that needs starting pitching more than any other team in baseball is the Los Angeles Angels. They're a playoff contenders with starting pitching for sure. So, and I think that's who they're going to land. I think they're going to land Trevor Bauer. I think Bauer, there's a lot of teams that could be linked to Bauer, including the Astros, the Yankees, maybe the Reds re-sign him, the Mets, but I think he's going to end up in Anaheim. So give me the Angels for Trevor Bauer. That's where I think he's going. George Springer, another top free agent in this class. Springer, former Houston Astro. There's been speculation that I guess Springer wants out of Houston. That's very, very suspicious. So I wonder what you guys think about that. So, but yeah, Springer is likely on his way out. I would think if that is true. So, and if he is on his way out, I have the Cincinnati Reds making a huge splash and signing him. They can make a splash and sign a guy like Marcell Ozuna, but I think they go after a guy like Springer as well, and I believe that's who they're going to get a deal done with, a guy like George Springer. This team, and there's a lot of uncertainty if Castellanos is going to stay with the Reds this year. I did not put Castellanos on this prediction list because I have no idea if he's staying or leaving at all, but I'm going to put George Springer on here, obviously. And I have Cincinnati Reds getting a huge bat, and their title chances are they're gonna increase much more. So give me George Springer to the Reds. Marcus Semien, another top free agent, one of the top shortstops, top 5 shortstop arguably in the whole majors for the A's. The A's probably won't be able to re-sign him just due to their payroll, small market team, but maybe Semien takes a team-friendly deal, but I don't see that happening. I have Semien going elsewhere, and I have the new Mets owner, Steve Cohen, making a huge splash and signing him as he'll be a new member of the New York Mets. So I have Semien headed to the Mets. I have a feeling he'll sign a long-term deal, like a 4 or 5 year deal maybe, and that's going to upgrade their shortstop, as Ahmed Rosario has just shown he's not the answer, really. So, and DJ LeMahieu, another top free agent, MVP candidate the last couple of years, arguably. I don't see him going anywhere. I don't see anyone signing him. I think he wants to stay with the Yankees. I think that's what he's going to do. He wants to try to bring a championship back to the Bronx. So I think that's what's going to happen. Best hitter in baseball. They're going to sign him to about maybe a 4-year, $90 million deal, somewhere around there. But LeMahieu, one of the best players in all of baseball for sure. He's going to be locked up by the Yankees. Marcell Ozuna. A lot of teams with a lot of money are going for this man. What a season he had. He should arguably be the MVP of the National League. He won't get it. Someone like Freddie Freeman will get it, but what a season Ozuna had. Man, Ozuna was amazing. And I have a team that has the money to get him, like the San Diego Padres. I have the Padres going out and getting Ozuna. I could see the Padres parting ways with a guy like Tommy Pham, who has really struggled with him. And he had some kind of stabbing incident too, so that's definitely interesting to look out for. So, but yeah, I don't know what's the future of Tommy Pham. I think they go out and get Ozuna and they shock everybody. Watch for the Padres. Didi Gregorius, who actually who signed with the Phillies last offseason, played 1 year with them, was all right, didn't play too bad, but I don't think the Phillies are going to I don't think that's going to be a huge priority for the Phillies this offseason. I think they're going to let him walk, and I think he goes to the Cincinnati Reds, who are apparently the runner-ups for Gregorius last offseason, so I think Gregorius to the Reds makes a ton of sense. There's a lot of rumors they could trade for Francisco Lindor, but I don't see that happening. I think they're going to go a bit cheaper and sign a guy like Didi Gregorius. So I got Gregorius heading to the Cincinnati Reds. So I have the Reds going out and getting Springer and Gregorius. So yeah, it should definitely be interesting. So. And Liam Hendriks, another major free agent, arguably the best reliever in free agency, who actually wasn't a very good reliever until 2019. His ERA was really inconsistently bad. It was around in the 4 and 5 range his whole career. He made some opening starts. He just wasn't looking good. He was moved to the bullpen, but he's really emerged into a top arm in this league. So yeah. But I don't think the A's are going to keep him either. I think he's going to go to the National League and sign with the Philadelphia Phillies, who are in massive, and I mean massive need of bullpen help. 7.08 ERA he had. The Phillies had a 7.08 ERA. Hendriks, they need him badly. They need someone like that. Workman and Hembry ain't working too well. Brandon Workman's going to be a free agent too. I don't think I put him on this list though, because I don't want to make this video too long, but. Yeah, I have Hendriks headed to the Phillies. Should be an interesting signing if they do end up signing him. And Blake Treinen, the Padres, Kirby Yates a free agent. They may not be able to re-sign him. So, and he had some injury concerns. So I don't know what's going on with Yates, but I think they go out and get Treinen from their rival Dodgers, the defending champs, and he heads to the San Diego Padres. The Padres are in need of bullpen help. They have Rosenthal and all those guys. I'm not sure what Rosenthal's contract situation is. I don't think I didn't put him on this list if he is a free agent. I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, Treinen to the Padres would be huge for them, huge for their bullpen, who actually pitched pretty decent for the Dodgers this season. Much better compared to 2019 with the A's, where he really struggled, but he had a great 2018 with the A's, so maybe he can get back to that 2018 form with the Padres. That'd be huge for them. So Alex Colome, one of the better relievers and another better reliever in baseball. The Marlins. I have him going to the Marlins. I have him leaving the White Sox and headed to the Marlins. The Marlins are a team that may be looking for bullpen help. They just declined the $4.5 million option of Brandon Kinsler. Maybe they use some of that money to upgrade and get a better bullpen arm like Colome, who just was astonishing with the White Sox. So I could see that happening, and I could definitely see Colome leaving. And the Marlins are a team they made the ALDS. They're going to be looking for pieces. I think Colome, they're definitely going to be contenders for Colome. I just have a feeling. I think Colome to the Marlins is definitely something to look out for. Shane Greene, who is what a career he had with the Detroit Tigers. He was traded to the Atlanta Braves during the 2019 trade deadline. He pitched okay with the Braves in 2019, but 2020 he had a massive year, major year for his contract. So. And I think someone's going to sign him. The Astros just released Roberto Ozuna. I don't think I had Ozuna on this list, but like I said, I just put some free agents down. I saw like a top free agent list. So, and that was made this list before Ozuna was released. So I have Shane Greene headed to the Astros. They're going to be looking for a massive bullpen arm, So, and that team's going to try to contend, as they still have guys like Carrasco, Altuve. They could sign like a free agent outfielder if they aren't able to retain Springer or Brantley, but I got Greene headed to the Astros. Tanaka, Masahiro Tanaka, one of the more interesting free agents. I don't know. I don't see him going anywhere else. I think he re-signs with the Yankees. The Yankees already are in a huge need of starting pitching. I feel like they're going to keep a guy like Tanaka on the roster. I would be shocked. I would actually be kind of shocked if they let him go. So he's been a part of that franchise for years, and I think they could sign him to some kind of team-friendly deal. But, yeah, I have Tanaka staying with the Yankees. So Mike Minor had a great year in 2018. Used to pitch in the bullpen, so, yeah. But Mike Minor, he is going to I have him signing maybe a 1-year deal, prove-it deal with the Baltimore Orioles. a team that's kind of rebuilding, trying to get out of the rebuilding stage once they add a guy like Adley Rushman. And they added Ryan Mountcastle, former top 50 prospect from a year ago. What a start he had. So if the Orioles can get some of these guys up and they can make a huge impact, this team could be out of rebuilding, maybe contend for a playoff spot soon. And if they keep expanded playoffs, the Orioles actually played pretty well this year. They were in a playoff hunt for a while. I could see the Orioles definitely signing some starting pitching, maybe more than Mike Minor. And I have Mike Minor going to the Orioles. This should definitely be interesting. Taijuan Walker, another team. The Boston Red Sox need starting pitching badly. This team could be rebuilding soon. I'm not sure what they're going to do, though, but I'm actually going to predict he's going to the Red Sox. I think he's going to go to a division rival from Toronto to Boston. And I feel like he's a guy that Boston would gladly take. You know, you can have him and Chris Sale in there, that rotation. And you can. I'm not sure if Martin Perez is a free agent or not. But if you have Martin Perez on that team still, that team is going to be nice. You could have maybe sign a couple guys. You could have those three and another guy. So I think the Red Sox would be a perfect fit for a guy like Taijuan Walker. Robbie Ray. The Twins are a team that doesn't need starting pitching a ton, but I mean, they're going to need it. Because I actually have Jake Odorizzi on this list, and I have him going elsewhere. You'll find out in a bit, though. But yeah, I have Robbie Ray going to the Minnesota Twins. He's a pitcher that has a lot of walk problems, and he has a ton of walk problems. So Robbie Ray, man, it's definitely interesting because I don't know how much teams are going to be willing to pay him. I don't know if he's going to sign a 1-year deal or a long-term deal, probably just a 1-year deal. But Ray is definitely one of the more interesting free agents out there, starting pitching-wise. So, and I think Minnesota signs him to a cheap deal. So I'm going to say Robbie Ray to Minnesota. Jake Odorizzi, here we go. I have him going to the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are a team that needs starting pitching badly. I mean, the starting pitching actually was very surprising in the postseason this year. So, and if they can add a guy like Odorizzi, that's going to impact them tremendously. So, Odorizzi to the Braves would be huge. So, wonder what you guys think about that. But he had a great 2019 season career year. Last year he pitched really poorly, but he was dealing with some kind of injuries that were definitely lingering. So I think Odorizzi can definitely bounce back with an Atlanta Braves team who's going to have a rotation headlined with Mike Soroka, Max Fried, Ian Anderson. If they got a guy like Odorizzi, that's a good team. This team is going to go off this year if they are able to get a starting pitcher. Jose Quintana. So Jose Quintana was with the White Sox and traded to the Cubs in around 2017. Quintana just couldn't find his rhythm. Couldn't find a rhythm with the Nationals. I mean, the Cubs. So, yeah, Quintana just doesn't. But I don't know about Quintana. I'm not huge on Quintana. I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I actually think he's going to sign with the Washington Nationals, a team that may look for a bottom of the rotation pitcher, and I think Quintana fits that team perfectly. Maybe a fresh start is what he needs. So I think this would be a great signing and a great fit for Quintana in the Nationals. So we go to the next free agent, Kevin Gausman. The San Francisco Giants are a team that's going to want to win. They almost made the playoffs. They were very close. Thanks to Rob Drake, the umpire, they didn't due to a bad strike call on Austin Slater to end the game versus the Padres. But yeah, they're going to be, I think Kevin Gausman stays with the Giants. I think this is one of the easier predictions, honestly. Honestly, I'd actually be pretty shocked if Gausman went elsewhere. I've heard a lot of speculation he probably will resign, but we'll see. But I have Gausman staying with the Giants. It would be a perfect for both sides. Joc Pederson. A lot of teams are going to be looking for a needy bat, a power hitter, and the Dodgers have tried to trade Pederson for a while now. I don't see it. They're not going to keep him. He's gone, and I think he's going to be headed to the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that was ranked in the bottom of the majors in hitting the league. So I got the Cardinals taking a shot on him, try to get another power hitter. He may not be the best hitter for average, but he can definitely upgrade that power in that lineup. So I think it's a win-win deal for the Cardinals if they're able to get Joc Pederson. So, Nelson Cruz. I have him re-signing with the Twins. There's already been reports that they're working on a deal right now. He's probably going to be he's only going to be in the majors for a couple years now due to his age. He's about 39 years old, and he's still hitting for an insane amount of power. He is insane. He's not regressing like Pujols and Encarnacion, guys that seem to maybe regress. He is not regressing one bit. Man, Nelson Cruz. If any team is able to sign him, that'd be awesome for them. But no, I don't see any team able to sign him. I think he's 1,000% staying with the Minnesota Twins. So. All right, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, headed to Andrelton Simmons. Andrelton Simmons would be an interesting ad for any team this offseason. So, yeah, but he could get a bigger deal than most people think. His defense is awesome. He doesn't strike out very much. And I believe he used to play for the Atlanta Braves, and I believe they get him back. Maybe they do a type of platoon with Swanson and Simmons, because Swanson has played pretty well over there, but he hasn't played amazing. And Simmons is a guy that definitely could help that Braves team out defensive-wise, so he'd be an upgrade there. So I could see the Braves going for him.
All right, yeah, Jackie Bradley Jr. I don't think he's going to end up on like a huge title contender or anywhere like that. I think he's going to sign with a good team like the San Francisco Giants, who can make the playoffs. They may look for some hitting, some outfield depth, along with Yastrzemski and guys like that, so... And they had Kevin Pillar a couple years ago, so they may be willing, and they were interested in Bradley Jr. at the deadline. So maybe they're willing to look at a guy like him. So Jackie Bradley Jr., the Giants would not surprise me. Michael Brantley, here we go. I got him going to the New York Mets. Steve Cohen, the only team in the MLB to not lose money due to COVID, the New York Mets, and you know why? Because they're getting a new owner. That's crazy, and they're going to be going off this offseason. They're going to sign Michael Brantley. This is going to be insane. The New York Mets, man, just watch out. Michael Brantley, one of the better hitters in baseball, former Cleveland Indian, former Houston Astro. As I got him going to the New York Mets. They're going to make a huge push. James Paxton, the Cubs need starting pitching. Quintana, I have him leaving, so it makes sense for them to get a starting pitcher. Paxton, not the greatest pitcher in the world, but I could see a team like the Cubs going after him, put him in that rotation, see what he can do. So I think Paxton to the Cubs would be a decent fit. Justin Turner, here we go. I have the Toronto Blue Jays signing Justin Turner. They're going to need a third baseman really badly. So, not too badly, but they may put Vladimir Guerrero at first base. And if they want to hit another hitter in that lineup, they really want to win games. Justin Turner would be perfect for that team. And he's likely going to leave the Dodgers from what I'm hearing, but, going to Toronto would not be bad for him at all as he leaves as a champion. Tommy Stella, he's a guy I could see staying with the Oakland A's or maybe going to the Marlins. I thought about the Marlins here, but I have him going to the Mariners. Mariners, it looks like D. Strange Gordon's going to be leaving, formerly known as D. Gordon. So I think they try to get a bat in that infield, maybe a guy with a lot more power, and Tommy Stella, who I believe is an upgrade over Gordon. But I have Stella going to the Mariners. Don't be surprised if the Mariners go for someone, but I think it'll be Stella. But I could be wrong. But I have Stella going to the Mariners, who definitely boost their lineup. Yasiel Puig, who was unsigned until the beginning of this past season, he signed with the Braves and tested positive for COVID-19. Then they just cut him. Then he ended up not signing at all. But I have him signing this offseason with the Chicago White Sox, a team that's been interested in him for a while now. I think the White Sox make a move for Puig, sign him to about an $8-9 million contract. I think Puig would be a huge addition for that White Sox lineup. Get another corner outfielder, maybe get rid of Adam Engel, and get another great player on the defensive side. Yadier Molina, 38 years old. I see him leaving the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to look for a different new change of scenery at catcher. And I have a team like the Rockies getting Molina. It's veteran presence. You add more in there in that infield. Their catchers are Tony Walters, I believe, and I'm not even sure. I think he goes to the Rockies. I think the Rockies would be a nice fit for him. Jurickson Profar. Now this is where I have the Marlins. I almost had Stella. I got Profar going to the Marlins. They're going to be looking for an infield guy, as I actually have VR going elsewhere. So Profar to the Marlins would make a lot of sense. I don't see the Padres keeping him. So Kevin Pillar. Pirates were interested in him as well last offseason. They're going to be looking for a center fielder. Maybe they try to go young with Anthony Alford, but they could switch him into left and maybe left and right if they really want to. Maybe they do something there. They do have Brian Reynolds in the infield. But maybe they do like a platoon with Alford and Pillar. As I have the Pirates signing him, this would be a no-brainer for the Pirates. Go out and get a guy like Kevin Pillar, upgrade that lineup. They're probably not going to be contending, but, it can help them win a few more games. Maybe give them a boost of confidence for the future. So, Charlie Morton. A lot of people have speculated this, and I'm going to agree. The New York Mets are going to go out and get Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, after he signed a 2-year deal with the Rays a couple years ago, there was a lot of speculation that Morton would actually retire after his 2-year deal was up with the Rays. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like he wants to play again. So I think the Mets are going to be a team aggressive, like I said. They're going to want starting pitching. So the Mets getting Charlie Morton would be huge. So that's a prediction I got. Jonathan Villar, here we go. I have him going to the Oakland A's. I have him going to short, replacing Marcus Semien. So I actually think this would be a great signing, great bargain signing for the Oakland A's, maybe $6-7 million deal. And he would help them instantly bolster that lineup too without Semien. You know, he's not Marcus Semien, but he's definitely a nice little great player there. Brad Hand, who the Cleveland Indians got rid of due to his $10 million option. I'm telling you, a lot of teams are going to be getting rid of these options due to the COVID, the loss in revenue due to COVID-19. And I see Hand going to the New York Yankees. The Yankees are going to need a bullpen arm. They're going to try to add one more, try to go for a title. And I think Brad Hand would be huge for this team. You would have a bullpen with Brad Hand and Aroldis Chapman. I think the closer would still be Chapman. Maybe try to make Hand your setup man. But yeah, but they just Zach Britton's coming back too. So I don't know if this is going to happen, but I could see it. The Yankees are one of those teams that just signs players, you know. J-Hab, this guy's awful. His $17 million option was declined, no surprise there. He's going to a non-contending team, the Kansas City Royals. The Royals need starting pitching. They'll just take a shot on a guy like him. Robbie Grossman, who actually played very well for the Oakland A's as an outfielder. He actually was very surprising. A lot of people were calling for him to if there was an all-star team this year, there's a chance he would have made it. So Grossman's a nice little player there. And I don't know how much he's going to want this offseason, but I don't think he's going to make a ton. But I think it would be a nice 1-year cheap deal signing for the Cleveland Indians. They need outfield help. They needed it for a few years now. This would definitely help their outfield, as Grossman would be would definitely be their best outfielder if they sign him, and would make an immediate impact for that lineup. Freddy Galvis, former Philadelphia Phillies shortstop. I have him going to the Phillies. He'll be a current Philadelphia Phillies shortstop. This should be interesting. He'll be a cheaper option to replace Didi Gregorius, who actually, Galvis, he can rake. He can hit the ball. He can crush it. So they're going to be looking for power hitter shortstops, and Galvis is a guy that can give you some pop in that bat. So this would be a great fit to reunite with the Phillies, as Joe Girardi will maybe go out and get a guy like him. So Kirby Yates. The New York Mets get a bullpen arm and Kirby Yates coming up. They need bullpen badly too. They address that as well. Kirby Yates, arguably the best reliever in baseball in 2019. Man, a lot of people are already just like, Kirby Yates is washed. No, he's not. No. Kirby Yates is a very good pitcher. Watch out for him with the Mets if they sign him. And I have him going to the Mets. So, yeah, their bullpen was just too inconsistent last year. Ken Giles. I don't know what the Diamondbacks are going to do with this offseason. I don't know if they're going to try to buy or sell or whatever. Maybe compete. I'm not sure. But I have the Diamondbacks going after Giles, and I think they're going to end up getting him. They're going to need some bullpen help. I think they make I don't think they're going to do too much in free agency, but I think a guy like Giles is a guy they would feel like signing and would definitely make an immediate impact in that bullpen. So Giles maybe signs a 1 or 2 year deal there, but we'll see. James McCann, the Tigers, man, they need a catcher badly. They need one badly now. So Romine's probably on his way out, and he was a former Tiger too. And James McCann, I don't think there's any chance at all he stays with the White Sox. 0% chance almost. And I think the Tigers re-signing him would be awesome. So that'd be great for him. I'd be happy for him. I think Detroit, him reuniting in Detroit would be huge. So Edwin Encarnacion, I have him going to the Detroit Tigers as well. The uncertainty of C.J. Cron, if he resigns there, I don't think he will resign there, but who knows? He didn't play too much for them due to injury. But I think a guy like Encarnacion would be a great signing for the Tigers. Avila maybe tries to go for it and get a couple pieces there. McCann and Encarnacion from the White Sox to the division rival. So I could see that happening. That would be huge. Like a power hitter for Encarnacion who could definitely have a bounce back season coming up. Cesar Hernandez, another free agent. I have the Cleveland Indians actually resigning him, as surprising as it is if you're watching as an Indians fan, just because they are getting rid of Carlos Santana, Brad Hand, and Domingo Santana's money off the books. So I could see him using maybe $5-6 million to sign a guy like Cesar Hernandez. Maybe they use some of that money. So That wouldn't be terrible. And he had a great season for the Indians. Maybe he'll want around $8 million. I wouldn't mind signing him to about a 2-year, $18 million deal or $17 million. But Cesar Hernandez, I think I've heard Chris Antonetti really wants to keep him in Cleveland, so I think he does stay with the Indians. Carlos Santana, Texas Rangers, not the greatest team, but I think they're going to be looking for bats. The Rangers are the type of team that wants to contend, it seems like, but they just can't win. They're a team that really wants to contend, it seems like. They really want to go for it all, but they just can't win for some reason. And I think they're going to make an interesting signing here. Carlos Santana, he signs a cheap 1 or 2 year deal with the Rangers, who just pretty much struggled. He's getting to 35 years old, past his prime, so Santana to the Rangers would be reasonable. So, I think he's a guy to definitely be looking for. So, those are my free agent predictions for now, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning into the video. Sports Expert here. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new. Turn on post notifications. Like if you enjoyed the video. Comment what you think about your predictions. What are your predictions? What do you think about my predictions? So, I appreciate everyone being here. I'm out, guys. Sports Expert here. Peace.